Hello, welcome to the daily political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. I'm sorry if you just heard me clear my throat. I accidentally hit the button, but that's fine because I was about to. Thank you for being here. I take your 12 questions every day at 12 o'clock Chicago time in the U.S., or as soon after as I can. It's about 3 minutes past at the moment. So I go into the description box. I take your questions, anything in all caps. That's how you communicate with me. And other than that, please just type normally. Questions are first come, first serve. And if I don't read on your question, it is never anything personal. I promise. I promise. So I do feel bad when I don't read your questions. So I'm grateful for you being here, and I am grateful for your questions. I just want you to know that. 10% of all income that comes into the channel goes to feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. It's an ongoing thing. And when I am done here, I go down into the description box, I type in all of the questions, and I timestamp them. So if you're watching this on replay, you can just go down and you can click on whatever questions you're interested in and go straight to them. Because right at the beginning, I talk to people in the chat and welcome people and take questions, and we talk about some of the kind of things that are happening. So there's that. All right, I have down Deb O's question already. Deb was saying an MP was asked to leave Parliament in the UK today for pointing out Boris Johnson's lies. Are we in the UK to expect more of this? It's diabolical. I saw that video. And it's, we'll read on it. It's supposed to be, you can go into and she was pointing out, you can go into Parliament and you can just lie your head off. But you can't call someone a liar. No. This person has lied over and over and over and over, and she was asked to leave. Actually, she was told to leave. Although at first she was warned. My head's full of Nancy Pelosi stuff, so I want to say speaker. It's not. The person who's in charge of House of Commons was saying, I asked the person to reflect on their words and rescind what they've said, and this person's like, no. She was like, no. And then she was asked again, and she said, no. He lied. He lies. He lies. He's lied and lied and lied. Good for her. So we'll have a look at that. Wow. Thank you, Kay. I was saying good morning, Autumn, to Boo-Boos and Kitty, Bailey, Boo-Boos and Kitty, and Pumpkin, Brave Sir Alfred of Pumpkin. Today will be a good day. Thank you for that, Kay. Always a good thought. Always a good thought. Pause that so I can make sure I get your questions. Nothing's been cut off. And so I'm in here looking for anything in all caps. Oh, I see Pamela has pumpkins. Okay. So I think I finally found, I found some questions. All right, hang on. I was just trying to figure out where it was. Thank you, Floating Lotus. Lots of blessings and kindness. Geek Hillbilly is asking, will any of the Trump associates now arrested flip on him? Which one? If I just ask a general blanket, will any of his associates flip on him? Yes. But the question is, there's so many. So if you can narrow that down, I'm in. Okay. Kate, why did Pelosi reject Jim Banks? I think if you Google Jim Banks, my understanding is he's very, yeah, okay, here, Jim Banks. Why Jim Banks, New York Times, why Jim Banks and Jim Jordan were blocked from the Capitol riot panel based on the Democrats' concerns about their statements made and actions taken around the assault. So I can go here, and actually I'll just share this because I think I'll leave the citrus flowers up. Like Chris is saying, Banks is another foghorn or air horn. Yeah. So, yeah. Democrats' concerns about their statements and actions taken around the assault. And she decided to disqualify because of widespread Democratic dismay about statements. Here's a roundup of what they have said. No way Trump should concede, Jordan said. Well, we know all the stuff he said, Jordan has said. Okay, Banks. He questioned the legality of votes cast in the 2020 election. And he supported a Texas lawsuit seeking to toss out key Biden victories. And yes, he voted to overturn the results in Congress. And he claimed that the select committee was created to malign conservatives. He released a statement seemingly referred to the violent rioters as patriotic Americans expressing their political views. So, yeah. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I think that sneeze started in my toes. Just, okay, so that's why Banks. Okay, Linda C., will the truth about whether Hillary really won the 2016 election come out? I have read on this repeatedly. You guys can hopefully help remind me, because my memory is that I haven't picked up on that, but it's been a long time. So let's look at it. Okay. I had the windows open this morning for a little while for the kitties. And I think my allergies are getting their revenge. So, okay. Yes, Deb, wasn't she fabulous? She was. Geek Hillbilly, you switch your handle to whatever you want to. I just don't guarantee I will call on you anymore. I reserve the right. If somebody chooses a handle that I don't, but you do you. I'm not going to stop you from being you. Okay. So, Yesenia has a question. Will Tom Barrack be convicted? And will he give info on Trump? Okay. Actually, I don't think we actually covered that exact question. Oh, I want to say this very quickly. I'll just touch on it and go. All right, get back to the question before YouTube cuts things off. I've been having a terrible time, as I've mentioned before, reading the comments, to the point where I stopped reading the comments, emails, messages, all of it. And it isn't so much you're going to roast in the fiery depths of, okay, yeah, whatever. It's the kind of mean girl comments that they get to me. And I know this thing about, oh, ignore them. But I tried yesterday. I was like, okay, I'll go into the comments. I'll wade into the comments. I'll answer people's questions. And I got in there, and it was, don't you get tired of reading the same questions or answering the same questions over and over again, or reading on the same topics over and over again? I read on politics. This is what I do. And then it was someone else was saying, yes, I keep telling her to go on vacation and take a break. The strain is starting to show. Really? I do all this every day. And so anyway, but over time, it really. So then I'm like, I don't want to go back in the comments. These little digs. But then there's so many nice people in the comments, and I want to support you, and I want to answer your questions, and I want to cheer you on. It's my nature. I have a Cancer moon. I want to encourage you. That is. I need to encourage you. I need to do things for you. I need to encourage you. It's my nature. But man, the negativity. So I don't know what I'm going to do ultimately, because I've got to read my messages. But yeah, anyway, I'll come up with something. I just wanted to I was saying they're just, oh, well, thank you. I don't know that they're jealous, but thank you. So anyway, I just wanted to mention that this is hard. It's hard to do this every single day, but I do the best I can. And that's the one thing I know for a fact. I give you 100% of what I have to offer every day. No question. So anyway, every job I have ever had, when I had to leave because I had to move or something like that, my bosses never wanted me to leave. I was arguably their best employee, if not the best employee that ever had. 100%. So I will say that. So there. All right. Okay, so will Tom Idiot be convicted? All right, so got it. Okay, yeah, so many cases in Alabama of this illness. I saw a headline, someone was saying that people being intubated are saying, give me the vaccine, and they're like, it's too late. If someone cannot take the vaccine for health reasons, I totally get that. But if you can, and you're also saying that masks are useless and all of this, you're just an idiot. And we can't help you. And you're just adding to the burden at the hospitals. That's facts. That's reality. Just saying. I'm feisty today. Put him up. Yeah, I'm big and scary. That's me. All right. Okay, Chris was asking, will the arrest of Tom Barrack lead to the arrest of Jared Kushner? Okay. Geek Hillbilly, Weaselberg, or Tom Barrack, because your question. Wait. Geek Hillbilly had a question earlier. Any and all. Where was it? Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't remember what the original question was. I'm sorry. All right. Apple's asking, will Melania go down with Barrack? Okay, so we're talking inauguration fund. We haven't read on the inauguration fund investigation in a while. We should do that. let's just add in Inauguration Fund at number 6, or the investigation specifically, but I think we'll remember. So, All right. And, okay, White Dragon. Are the Trumpublicans going to retaliate for Pelosi's rejection of those terrible two? What do you mean by retaliate? Is McCarthy going to go forth and do something stupid? Yes. What form is that going to take? Whatever he can think of. So, oh, thank you, Tina. Okay. All right. I'm pulling my hair back. It is hot. It is hot here. Hot. Very hot. Okay. I'll be right back. I've got to get my hairpins. Hang on. Okay. Sorry. Keep my hairpins in an ancient prescription bottle from 3 million years ago. All right. It might have been orange once. I'm not sure. Anyway. Okay. All right. Let's have while I'm putting my hair up here, I can have a look for more questions. Whew. Yeah. And it's going to get even hotter this week. So, guys, stay safe. Please stay safe. Don't worry about you. I know it seems silly, but I do. Like I said, Cancer Moon. It's how I'm hardwired. I got the best compliment from my mom. I was helping. She needed some stuff moved, and I was like, "Oh, I'll do it." I was, running stuff up and down her stairs and all this kind of stuff, and she just said, "You are one in a million. You're just such." She was just so complimentary to me about what you are a 1 in a million daughter. It made me feel really good. I love my mom. Baffles me. She's a Trump supporter, but other than that, she's a lovely person. I don't get it. Doesn't matter. Anyway. All right. She's my mom. Where was I? Pamela, an autumn convention in Chicago. I don't usually do people, but Jen Lynn's in Chicago, well, the Chicagoland area. Who knows? Maybe someday we'll do anybody who's in Chicago get together. There's some other readers. Isn't Mel from in Chicago? And there's some other Is Ona in Chicago? We should do a get together at some point, but this is where my Gemini ascendant. Let's communicate. My Sagittarius stellium. Let's get together. Let's talk meets everything else in my chart, including Saturn on my ascendant, going, you mean leave the house? Are you crazy? Anyway. Okay. Lovejoy Lou is asking, will there be more Republicans on the January 6th committee other than Liz Chaney? There is talk that they are trying to get a retired Republican onto the committee who has a huge background, extensive background in conspiracy theories and all this kind of stuff. So someone really someone who's really knowledgeable about this kind of stuff. Christy, you have your groupie fans. Oh, you're adorable. There was a question about my mom. Oh, Ian was asking, what was the first thing your mother liked about Trump that she supported him? He is Republican. That's where it all starts. All right, where am I here? Chris, I've already got your question about the arrest of Barrack leading to the arrest of Kushner. YouTube just dumped a bunch of stuff. Where was I? Where am I now? Got that? Okay, so nothing's been cut off. Got that. Got that. Got that. Is Newt in Italy continuing disinformation? Newt Gingrich? I believe so. He doesn't have any power, though, does he? I haven't heard him having any real voice. Let me know if Newt has some kind of groundswell of support I haven't heard about. These people, it's like they have no conscience. Anyway, Tara, how is Fauci handling the GOP, like Crawford going after him? Crawford? Please tell me you've seen the video with Rand Paul. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. And the memes that go along with that. Fauci is, talk about being feisty. Fauci's standing up for himself. Good for him. Geek Killblade will be right back. Needs to get coffee. Do I have any left? I have a little. Cheers, everybody. All right. I'm not going to... Fauci's good. Fauci's fighting back. Fauci was... it was very healthy, I think, the way he stood up for himself. And I think he's fine. I really do. So I guess we could ask. We could ask. But I think he's going to be okay. Let's have a look at Tara's question. Copy. But I thought it was very emotionally healthy to go after Rand that way, call him out. Browen, will the House and Senate Republicans walk out like Lindsey Graham wants to do? Yesterday, I covered that at 1 hour, 6 minutes. Will Lindsey walk out of the vote on the infrastructure? But for the life of me, I can't remember what the answer was. I'm just gonna save this here at the end, and please let me know if I did I actually read on that. Does anybody remember how that came out? I'd appreciate it. And if not, if I actually skipped it or made the wrong note, please let me know. I'll read on it again. Okay. Apple saying, will Melania be brought down by Tom Barrack? I've got that. Right. Yep. Got that. And Gwen is asking, I would like to know, and then I don't understand. I'm sorry. Howling Sweet, she worked on the Shepard case, Marilyn Monroe, Jack and Robert Kennedy, Jack Ruby until her life was taken. Who? What? I missed something. I missed something here. Killed by sometimes you can't ignore the comments. That's true. And thank you for the big healing hug, Holly. Okay. Thank you, Mimo. Holly and Friends is a sweetheart. Thank you, Marcia. All right. Thank you, White Dragon. Oh, thank you, Polly Wanda. Dazzler Gems, who's responsible for the Havana Syndrome? I thought, didn't they figure that out? I could have sworn they figured that out. Hang on. Oh, great Google, give us the answers. Was it a sonic attack? Vienna is the new Havana Syndrome hotspot. The cause... The hypothesis is it's Russian. The U.S. intelligence services have not reached a consensus. but it's thought to be Russian. We'll have a look. Let me see if I can get anything. I don't actually have cards specifically set up for different countries, and I should, especially since I read on political stuff every day, but I do not currently. All right, we're down to number 9. And Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, B. Smith. That was funny. Geek Hillbilly, call them COVIDiots. There's truth to that. Oh, thank you, sir. C. Torino. Okay. I do not have a mailing address, but thank you so very, very much for offering to send me stuff. I have very little space. I mean, very little space, and I spend a stupid amount of my time trying to consolidate and organize. The amount of time I spend every week, time every day, trying to reorganize this, reorganize that to make it smaller. So that's why I've never, thank you for offering to send me something, but I live in one tiny part of a house, and I've got a little bit of space in the basement for storage, and most of that's, toilet paper and tissues and, things like that. So thank you for the offer. Okay, what does the U.S. look like 5 years from now, says Holly L. Let's have a look. All right. Polywanda, will space, the moon, and other planets become the place for proxy wars to keep the Earth safer from destruction? I like space questions like this. Okay, got that. And we may end with that. Chris Wickens is saying the GOP really, they shot themselves in the foot with this not doing an independent investigation. Thank you, Fi. Will conversations that matter. Will Fox go down? Entertainment Channel, all vax, spreading disinformations and followers dying. Let's have a look. We haven't looked at them in a while. Let's have a look at that. All right, and I think that's going to do it for questions for today, because I have 12 to read on. Fennec, I know some very lovely people who are Trump supporters. I know, it's like, what? Yeah. All right. All right, that's going to be that. All right, so I do have your questions here. Oh, thank you, Chris. That's a good suggestion. Okay. I have my questions for today. Conversations that matter. Nancy Pedrin, is that how you pronounce her name? Is saying that the Havana Syndrome and things in the past that KGB, or now, what do they call it now? SFB? I can't remember. Normally I have... You cannot run a channel like this unless you are willing to look stupid on camera. Especially if you're going to put yourself in an alpha state to read on stuff. Because the most basic stuff that normally you'd be able to just come up with. It's all on tape forever. Okie dokie. I have cards. I have questions. You have questions. I'm going to check in with the collective energy, and we will be GRU. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, Patricia. Okay. So, oh, hang on. Okay. Sorry, I'm spending a lot of time on the treadmill and my legs are like, all right. So we're going to thank you. Do I have a photographic memory? Oh, you lucky, lucky person. Susan, I agree. Trump has no redeeming qualities. I am 100% in agreement with you on that. Sorry, Fennec. I'll be here tomorrow. Browen saying there are 3 spy agencies in Russia: GRU, FSB, STB. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, okay, so today is Thursday the 22nd. I have your questions over here, but I'm going to write down the timestamping here. So at 31:30, we are starting. And we are going to start with the MP told to leave Parliament. For calling Boris Johnson a liar. They tried to pull a lot of that. They tried to pull a lot of that garbage when Jeff Sessions was up for Attorney General and he was being confirmed in the Senate. The Republicans were trying. They were doing everything they could to stop any kind of criticism. So you couldn't say anything negative about him because they'd say, "Oh no, he's a senator," and the rules are that you cannot personally attack senators. It's like, no, this is for him as a senator. This is for him to take on a completely different job. Nope. And the Republicans, remember that. They spent the whole time. You can't say that. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Patty. It was frustrating. So anyway, in the UK, if you have not seen it, I haven't seen any commentary on it, but the clip of it is in Sky News and various BBC and other places are showing it. There's an MP who basically stood up and was saying that Boris Johnson has lied to us over and over and over. He lied about this, he lied about this, he lied about this, he lied about this, he lied about that. And she was told to leave. And she said, "Why is it that I am called out for saying these are lies, but the person who lies doesn't face any consequences?" She was kicked out for the rest of the day. Don Butler, thank you, Deb. Oh, Don Butler is the MP. Let's read on that whole mess. I hope Don Butler has a wonderful future ahead of her. She seems very smart. Ace of Pentacles. Hang on a second. Yes, I thought so. All right. So was she Labor? But because Boris Johnson's conservative, but is she? I couldn't see. Is she from the Labor Party? But this is Boris Johnson, Conservative Party. Okay. Tower. Yeah, the UK's been hit really hard by the pandemic and Brexit and what have you. Page of Cups. Oh, talking about standing up. Knight of Pentacles. Queen of Swords. Ace of Cups. Oh, I wonder if this is going to turn into a bigger fight. as in more people stand up and say he lied. Oh, because she had the temerity to stand up and say no, but this is conservative knights going after her the conservative way, and this is the parliamentarian. I can't. Is it Matt? No. Oh. Who's the person, the woman who told her to leave? The title of that person. I was married to an Englishman for 20 years. I have watched a lot of Parliament, and now suddenly today I can't think of anything. I can't remember anything today. Speaker. Is it like Madam Speaker? Right? My brain kept saying Madam Speaker. I'm like, no, but that's Pelosi, isn't it? Okay. The person who's in charge of decorum and all of that, the person who sits in the high chair in the middle, the highest chair, the speaker, at the end, between the two sides, controls. She's that's the person who yells order, and kind of referees. Yeah. Deputy Speaker Judith Cummins. Thank you. She was following her little rule book. Please tell me it's going to be a bigger thing. This is her. But this was I give up my brain today. I'm writing it down. Dawn Butler. I knew it was Dawn. Okay. Dawn Butler. CMP. Labor. Boris Johnson is conservative, and Deputy Speaker Judith Cummins. I think you said it was Judith Cummins. Whew. Pamela, the full moon is tomorrow. Hang in there. That must be it. All right. So, yes, Paula, speaker. Order. Holly Booth was saying, did you live in England? My cousin moved from the U.S. to York. She loves it. I know. I only would spend time there. It was usually, for back in the 90s, it was, a couple of months a year, but Nanette, haven't been here in 2 months. Missed you all. Oh, or NetNet's here. Good. So, is this going to lead to at 30 part 2, 3830? Will this lead to other people standing up and getting booted, and someone else standing up and getting booted, and someone else standing up and getting booted? I mean, will they just keep? No, he lied. 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 Wheel of Fortune. Boris Johnson is like, if he feels like the luckiest guy. Back Napoleon believed in astrology, and when he wanted to promote someone to be one of his generals or one of the military leaders back at that time, very early 1800s, it was, what family you were from, and the aristocracy would be the people high up in the military. And he was like, no. And he would go to, if he wanted to promote somebody, he would go to the soldiers who had worked with this person. And the first question he would ask was, is he lucky? Was he born under a fortunate star? Boris Johnson is just lucky. Oh my gosh, net. Oh my gosh. Bless. Most of my organs shut down. NDE several times. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm glad you're back. Blessings. Okay. All right, back to the UK. We have the devil. We have insult to injury. We have 10 of Cups in the middle, but 5 of Pentacles in the star. This is a backlash against, as in, this is the how do I explain this? In the center, I've got happy liberal people. They win this argument, and the conservatives end up out in the cold. And this is new, separating the truth from the lies, keeping the truth, getting rid of the lies, coming out of this corruption. I don't know if they're going to keep attacking this particular thing, but wow. Yep. Keep an eye on Don Butler. And there's some pain coming for the conservatives. Hope. All right. Well, we shall revisit this, I'm sure. Oh, I'm glad you're okay. I don't know about Vegemite. Marmite is from the UK. It's made basically when they make beer, it's like the dregs at the bottom of the huge containers. It's salty, but it's high in B vitamins and stuff. So I don't know what Vegemite's made from. And no, I never got a taste for Marmite. So, okay. Or curry. Don't know why. I'm very open-minded about trying things. It just didn't work for me. All right, we're going to go on to a question about Hillary. 43. Truth. Will the truth about whether Hillary won in 2016 come out? Let's have a look at that. We haven't looked at it in a long time. We'll see if any of the energy has changed. 3:30. There we go. Electrostorm Vegemite is gross. You guys are great. Oh, yep, here we go. Pegasus. Vegemite is a dark brown Australian food spread made from leftover brewer's yeast extract with various vegetable and spices added. So it's akin to Marmite. Yeah. Fennec. Oh, great Google. Vegemite is a thick, dark Australian food. Oh, great Google. We beseech thee for information. Hello, Roland. All right, 44. Hillary, 2016 election. Well, now we know how much the U.A.E. Also, well, or at least we're talking about doing like what the Russians did about getting Trump elected. More foreign election interference. They promised like $2 million, but there's no, it didn't sound like they actually did something, but I don't know. It was not the death of our democracy, but it was ugly. We need we need t-shirts. We survived the 2016 election. It was ugly. It was ugly. Thank you, Pamela. Yes, the victory, Trump's victory. How many electoral? Oh gosh, I never hear again how many electoral votes he got. And then he lost by the same amount. But suddenly, no, that's different. That's the truth. That is, well, everything about Trump has been making the Republicans wobbly. And they had control and rise of white supremacy. Well, I do have a sort of truth here. But that doesn't feel like coming to light. This is their work, of their negative work. But what is this? Tell me more about the sort of truth. Is that misused? Because I don't do reverse cards. If I did, that may have come up upside down. Thank you, Judy. Thank you. It's very kind. Thank you. Appreciate that. Ten of Pentacles. Dynasty. And Trump family. Ace of Wands. Extremism. Page of Swords. That's how Trump sees himself. Right now, it does feel like the neo-fascists are on the defensive now, at least. Empress, that's America. No, there's still plans. They're still working on plans to try to get power back. I'm not getting much here that talks about 2016 or some kind of truth coming out. I do get their corruption, but not necessarily enough to. Look, I know there are other readers who've said that everything Trump did will be overturned. I hope so. I really hope so. And I am not 100% correct at all. Not close. It's like, oh, I'm 99%. No, I'm not 95%. I'm not 90% correct. I do the best I can reading on the collective energy. So, Judy, it's easy to be nice when dealing with nice people. Thank you. Thank you. I've never picked up on that. I've picked up on a lot of what Trump did being reversed, and a lot coming out about the sheer corruption that we need to know in order to put new laws in place. That's election day. Seven of Cups. Yeah, they lied about. I remember, and it blew my mind at the time. I remember I went into Facebook, which shows you how long ago this was. I went into Facebook and I look, and there was a fake news story about the Pope basically saying that he wanted Trump to become president. And I was looking at that. It was like, look, I'm the trusting sort by nature, but no way. And of course it was garbage, but it was there. There were so many lies. Queen of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. Legal stuff will expose the extent of the corruption. But I don't know that there's going to be some kind of reckoning beyond that. Yes, Paul, when Trump is our perpetual cautionary tale. Yeah. And yes, Kat, Shepard, the Trump era ain't over yet. I'm with you. Yeah, alternative facts. Yes. I remember watching that live. That's burned in my memory. I had MSNBC on, and what's her name was talking to Chuck Todd. And he said, what about they're saying this stuff? And she said, well, those were alternative facts. You could tell she just thought of it that off the top of her head and was like, oh, throw this at the wall, see if it sticks. Whew. Yeah, that's going down in history. Oh, it makes my skin crawl. Just thinking about that woman makes my skin crawl. Anyway, okay, let's move on to Tom Barrack. All right, so at 50-30, Tom Barrack convicted. It's a two-parter. Will he be? Will Tom Barrack be convicted? Will he flip on Trump? Donald specifically, but when I was reading on him recently, I'm getting huge Ivanka energy. Gary Kellyanne Conn woman. Oh yeah, I remember her name. I just don't like saying it. She has contracts to write 3 books, Chris Wickens is pointing out. Really? Yeah. Yuck. Okay. Yeah, this isn't working either. I'm too hot. I'm so sorry, but it is just too hot. I'm right in front of these windows. The lights aren't too bad, but they do put off a little bit of heat. But I've got things closed, but it's just, it gets hot in this room sometimes with all these windows. It gets really cold in the winter and it gets really hot in the summer. So I'm just going to, Chris, you're just hot stuff. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Holly Booth, I heard book deals are the new way for politicians to launder money. Well, you know how many copies the RNC bought of Junior's book? It's like, oh, that's what it takes? Gosh, do I have enough savings where I could get one of my books on the bestseller list by cheating? I wouldn't do that, but it's infuriating. Oh, Mandy, no. All right. Whew. Tom Barrack, and I'm gonna be here until I finish these. If I run late, I'll run late. I'll answer these questions, and it'll all be time stamped. But I have to do something. Okay, there's that. Wow, my hair looks ridiculous. This is not working, and that didn't catch. All right, I'm still working on it. Polly Wanda, everyone seems to have a book out. Will Pope Francis write a tell-all? Talk about somebody who knows a lot of dirt. The amount of stuff he's been tried to clean up. I don't agree with Pope Francis, but at least I respect him. Chris Wiggins, go put on a bathing suit. Hello, nurse. No. Besides, trust me, the bathing suit I own shows nothing. I have a black one piece with a kind of pull. It's something they would have worn back in, something like look, I'm no Marilyn Monroe, but her bathing suit, her one piece bathing suits, that style. That's what my bathing suit looks like. So you wouldn't get much out of it. All right, I don't do a center part, but this doesn't want to work with me. There. All right. So 54:30. Good grief, took me 4 minutes to do that. Sorry. Like from the 50s, yeah. All right, Tom Barrack. Will you be convicted? Hello, card. It just went flying. It's an upside down sun. feels like the beautiful future kaput. He has crazy money. Yeah, Elector, the 50s style bathing suit. Yep, that's what I've got. Polly Wanda, who would you most want to write a book? Joshua of Nazareth to write his own book. That's what I think. Chris, he'll buy his way out of serious time. That's kind of what I'm worried about. Tom Barrack, will you be convicted? Oh yeah, he's gonna try to put up a lot of stuff. He's gonna have lawyers questioning everything, going after everything. He has a lot of money. He has crazy money, but there's only so much even lawyers can do. All right. Well, it's an 8 of Wands. It's a lot. A lot of stuff done in Trump world. A lot. I mean, that's pretty much the key word for this card is a lot. So, Pamela, wow, you didn't even take a second for that answer. What? Who, what? I'm confused. I'm sorry. Easily confused today, apparently. 5 of Cups, 5 of Swords. 5 cards are, the 5 cards in tarot are notorious. They are notorious for being unpleasant. And he starts out with 2 of them. His communication, this right-wing, ultra-right-wing, the neo-fascist, corrupt Trumpism. This isn't just neo-fascism. This is Trumpism. Oh, book about the answer. Ah, yeah. Well, I think it would change a lot. Well, interesting. All right, so you got 5s. Not great. Disappointment, insult to injury. Then we have his communications. A lot of communications. When he was working for a foreign country. This went quiet for 2 years. It was referred to the DOJ. They did all of the work, but they had to wait until the Biden administration came in before they went forward with it. There had to be a change in the DOJ. And so I don't know if this is it. Looks like it looked like he was gonna get away with everything, but I've got a thief card. That's the thief card. But it's right next to that 4 of Swords, that everything went quiet for 2 years. And that isn't what happened. So I'm thinking this might be, he thought he'd get away with it. But let's see. Tom Barrack, you be convicted. He thinks money will get him off of serious trouble too. Like Trump, he thinks that if you're rich, rules don't apply to you. Law doesn't apply to you. 10 of Swords. Oh, it will. Oh, it will. Card for the reading is 10 of Swords. Going into somebody's metaphorical back. The law, the swords of law. Taking somebody down. Strength. 9 of, worried about prison. So the thing is, I'm not getting fear off of him. At least not right now. Emperor. Three of Swords. Okay, and then we're disappointed. Is he going? He could get hit with this. Finally, the DOJ has stepped forward. He could get hit with many, 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 many swords. He was working with Trump. Are you going to flip on Trump? He ends up only, instead of being hit with all of these, or most of these, we're disappointed because he's only hit with a few. But at the center of the reading, we have the Emperor. Now, in theory, that could be him because he's wealthy, but I think that's Trump. So, are you going to be flipping on the orange wannabe Fiora? More information, a book written by Leonardo da Vinci. Yes, where he's talking more about where he came up with ideas for how he invented, created, planned would be fascinating. Yes, more information from Leonardo da Vinci would be awesome. I agree with that. Are you going to flip on Trump? Right now, he's not planning on. He feels his energy. He feels like, honestly, it's like Bezos and Branson, and it's like we have so much money. We live on our own plane of existence. That's what it feels like. Are you going to flip on Trump? King of Pentacles. All right, well, he's the King of Pentacles because he's got the money. Okay, we're back to the Thief card. And the Disappointment card. The Legal Decision. A big old Justice card. A Nine of Pentacles. All right, so I got a mixed bag. And I wonder if it's one of those things where, like, there's a huge firefight. And somebody they're suddenly a firefight breaks out and they go to duck. And they end up just maybe getting grazed, but they're okay. But everybody else got mowed down. They got lucky with, like, they twisted the right way. They went down. They avoided the worst of it. That's kind of what this feels like. He was a thief. He was a traitor. There's some disappointment here, though. We don't get everything we want. There is a legal decision, but justice is coming down like a boulder down a mountain for these people, the people around him. He squeaks by with an easier time. But I think he does have to give something up. But right now, it's hard to get an answer on this because his energy is so. I don't live like you little pissants. And you may think I'm swearing there or using nasty terms, but that's a real thing. Three more cards. Are you going to turn against Trump ultimately? Knight of Swords. They're coming for you, buddy. And you can't buy your way out of everything here. Worry. Hemmed in. Silence. I'm getting a seriously mixed bag. It's not great. It goes quiet. but I don't know why. Or he gets okay, I'm going to give up on this. I'm so sorry. I have not come up with a better answer for this, but the energy is just confusing. Is anybody else pulling cards on this? Are you getting more of an answer than I'm getting? Because I'm getting, first of all, he's insanely full of himself. And he thinks he's on this level, nothing can touch him. Well, they're coming for him. He isn't going to buy his way out of everything. But flipping on Trump, it's like he can't even comprehend that at every level. Electra's saying, I think it's too soon. He thinks he's above the law. I think he may have something there. That's what I'm getting. Well, we shall revisit this. Okay. Let's read on the Inauguration Fund and the Inauguration Fund investigation. 10630. Inauguration Fund investigation. Keep killing it means the answer isn't set yet. It could be. Chris, maybe people with gifts can feel your energy and block you. This feels more like somebody who just has their nose so far up in the air, and they got themselves some stilts and stilts and ladders and what have you, and their nose so high up in the air that they can't smell anything farther down. Anyway, black cat, blue chair, black cat, blue chair. I like that. I'm getting that he will be convicted with a lesser sentence. Yeah, I'm definitely getting something like that. But is he going to turn on Trump? What are you getting on that? Please let me know. So the Inauguration Fund investigation. The Inauguration Fund investigation. Oh, I feel like I'm just floating back down to earth. Okay. Chris is saying, I'm really surprised that they detained him. He didn't immediately just bail out? Black cat, blue cat. Yes, with the Ace of Cups. Good. I hope so. Thank you. Thank you for checking. Six of Pentacles. Inauguration Fund. Oh, yes, the Inauguration Fund. Handing out the bits of money. Oh, we're in the right area. Tower. Wasn't before Trump became president, wasn't the hotel in Washington, D.C. having financial problems? But there's the Trump dynasty. There's the family. They wouldn't let him bail out. Ooh. Interesting. I didn't know that. Thanks, Chris. I'm still getting his nose way up in the air. All right, the big money. Page of Wands. Messages. They have messages, and they can separate truth from the lies. A lot of this is already done. A lot of this investigation is already in order. This was spending money on their own businesses, on their own things, so they themselves would make money. The Trump family, the dynasty, where they're putting the money, but the messages are. This is major arcana. It's separating the truth from the lies. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so they've got it sorted out. The Inauguration Fund investigation. It feels like most of it's complete, like most of it's ready, and they're like working a plan getting through the people that they want to get through. Thank you guys for letting me know about that. The guy having his own plane, Barrack having his own plane, so they kept him. Interesting. So the Inauguration Fund investigation, are you going to convict people of actual crimes? Are they actually going to do something about holding people accountable? It was corruption, flat out, no question, no gray area, flat out corruption. Okay, entertainment only. Four of Cups. 10 of Cups. No. 4 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, sorry. Star, again. Fool. They're going after Trump. And it feels like Trump is going to step right into it. This is Barack Obama had such a lovely inauguration. The balls and all this stuff, and all these people wanted to be there, and all these big names wanted to be there. And Trump was really angry. And of course, he has the morals of a rabid Wolverine. So there's something here about wanting to stick it to Barack Obama and the establishment who didn't fawn over him. So fine, we're gonna make the money. And it's right next to the family. This is giving money to people you care. It's people interacting with, giving things to people you care about. This is also, isn't there somebody who turned on Melania about the Inauguration Fund? A friend who turned? Separating truth from lies. They are going after Trump. Now, his name might not be, really may mostly be Ivanka and Barrack and Melania, whomever, but this is Trump, and he feels like he's about to just step in it. Stephanie Winston Walkoff. Thank you, Holly. They're working their way through it. The actual investigation and information, it's done and it's sorted. They're working the plan now to get people, flip people. Okay. All right. Chris asked, will the arrest of Tom Barrack lead to an arrest of Kushner? Okay. So at 1:14, arrest of T. Barrack. Arrest of J. Kushner. All right. All right, 1 second. Okay, I'm back. There. Chris, yes, going after the pond scum first, then on to the bacteria. Working up the food chain, get killed. How's your coffee? Didn't you say you were going to go get a coffee? Is it good? What's your favorite? What kind of coffee do you guys like? Sherry, it literally looked like you were hiding behind the bushes to blow your nose. But I saw these, and they're just so pretty. All right, so will the arrest of Tom Barrack lead to the arrest of Jared Kushner? Temperance. Four of Swords, Two of Cups, Page of Cups, Six of Pentacles, Star. Kushner comes up as the Page of Pentacles, the Sun of money. This is the Page of Cups, which is what he sort of turns into once he loses all the money and everything. But I don't know. Because it's through Ivanka, duh. Things were quiet, but it's his relationship with Ivanka. And is it possible? Yeah, they're looking through the funds, separating the truth from the lies. I don't know that there's a direct line. Oh, okay. Holly, ever try mushroom coffee? I've tried mushroom tea and liked it. No, I haven't. I haven't tried either. Mimo likes cold brew. Kathleen likes tea over coffee as well. Jane saying House of Lenormand did a Kushner, the Grand Tableau last night. I saw it. Fi saying red rose tea because I can't have it. Oh, there you go. Rose hipped? Do you use rose hip tea? Kushner, I probably want to say Kushner is as cold as a witch's refrigerator. I like that. Fennec, I like hazelnut coffee and Earl Grey tea. I think that's probably closest to me. I like sweet coffee, sweet tasting flavored coffee, and I like Earl Grey tea. That's what I drink. I used to only drink Earl Grey tea. But last few years I started drinking some coffee. There's not a direct, I could be wrong, but it doesn't feel like there's a direct line between Kushner and Barrack, but there might be a convoluted, because of when they go after Ivanka, they're going to want to look at her finances, I would imagine, and to look at her finances even before. To look at her finances, they could even look at the tax returns for the couple, unless they file separately. Does anybody happen to know if Javanka file jointly or separately on their tax returns? I haven't the faintest idea. Okay, Hillbilly, computer, tea, Earl Grey, hot, appears in Replicator. Chris likes cold raspberry tea. Oh, Deserette's a chai tea person. Everyone around the president is being investigated. It's quiet right now. But when it comes to Jared, the Ivanka thing will lead to judgment. He did stuff on his own, but Jared Kushner, I've picked up all along Jared Kushner is going to be in huge legal trouble. He might be in more legal trouble than most of them through stuff he's done, ultimately. But he wouldn't be in trouble at all. He would get away with all of it, and he wouldn't have done half of it if Trump hadn't been president. And because he's a rotten human being, that's my opinion, he's going to blame her. He's going to blame her, and he's going to blame his father-in-law. And it's all their fault. So, okay, what is next here? Oh, will Melania go down with Tom Barrack? All right, let's look at that. At 121. Melania with Barrack. Melania go down with Barrack. Oh, I don't like Ava Braun. Don't like her. Don't like her. I don't like the original Ava Braun, and I don't like this new version. I remember I was a teenager. My first job, I worked in a used bookstore. Surprise. Shocking, I know. It was a converted old Carnegie library. It has a beautiful, you go in and there was all this marble, and you go in and there was this wrought iron spiral staircase that led up into the stacks, and the floors and the stacks were this heavy, heavy smoked glass. Beautiful building. But I remember I was shelving stuff, and I ran across this book. It was biography of Ava Braun, and I was like, oh, Ava Braun, whatever. And it was like wife of Hitler, and I was like, excuse me? I didn't even know he'd been married. So I read the biography, read the whole thing. All right, is Melania going to go down with Tom Barrack? I've got the 10 of Swords. That could be legal swords in someone's metaphysical back. All right. That's what Melania is about in a nutshell. She loves her son. I will give her that. But she's all about the money. Fruits of labor or not labor. Just looking at your money. The Empress wanting to be this. She's got some serious self-esteem issues. High Priestess. Lovers. Oh my gosh, she's full of herself. Knight. And that, you may think, well, how can she be full of herself and have self-esteem issues? No, they go together. Knight of Swords. Well, law enforcement is going to look at her, but my gosh, she sees herself. I am the wise one. I'm the smart one here. Compared to Trump, she is smarter than Trump, but still. The wise, I am the beautiful, the bounteous, all of my money. I'm a phenomenal, beautiful woman, phenomenal love, blah, 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 blah. So this is some law enforcement, aggressive law enforcement coming for her, but she thinks she is the greatest. Lecter saying her and Trump are two peas in a dirty pod. You're not wrong. So this inauguration fund thing, does it take you down? Well, it's taken the whole Trump, like Trump Tower, the Trump org, all of that. They're going down financially, legally. They're kaplooey. If she wants any money, she better get it now. Fool. King of Pentacles. Four of Wands. Hanged Man. Justice. she doesn't like Trump. Trump is awful, but he's rich. And that's the main thing she wanted. I remember one quote from her. It was someone said, what do you say to people who only say that you're only with him for the money? And she's like, well, he has money and I have my looks, and why isn't that it's a perfectly reasonable arrangement? So he's an idiot, but he was a rich idiot in her mind. The lifestyle. But that's going to get turned on its head by the courts, because the whole Trump thing is going to come down in a huge way. Deba, how could anyone marry for money? No self-esteem? She's got a lot of Earth in her chart. And when Earth signs go bad, every sign has ways to go bad. I'm a Scorpio. Scorpios are like the most famous for going bad, going awful when they go bad. This is why I do not use my stinger. Learned many years ago to stop using my stinger unless called for. And it has to really be called for. But when Earth signs go bad, oh my gosh, they're materialists. Like, things are more important than people. Money's more important than you name it. Kathleen, I bet she's waiting out her renegotiated prenup. That could be it. Like, she has to stay with him for like a year until a year after he gets out of office or something. I don't know. There's so much stuff. She's going to have to dodge the world. Two of Pentacles. The world, as she knew it, her agreement with Trump, all of that goes really sideways. There's a burden. She's going to get called in. What did she witness about things? She just wants to look at her money. She thinks she's smart. She's going to get what money she can. I think she's going to be in Europe and the Middle East, and I think she's going to be out of the country with Barron like that. As soon as she can get the most amount of money, boom, gone. So does Melania go down with like Tom Barrack or with Tom Barrack? I get her as an extreme flight risk. She just wants the most money she can, and then kaboom, gone. She was already planning on going to Europe and living in Europe full time. She said that so that Barron has a chance to have strength and power to basically have a high position in Trump Europe. And should be on a different continent from Trump himself. Because she wasn't like, oh, he'll go on his own. No, she was, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, okay, we got that. Okay. Love Jalou had a question at 1:29:30. Will there be more Republicans on January 6th Select Committee? I read an article this morning that I can't remember his name, but there's someone who actually lost. They were like a one-term person in, I guess, the House, who was Republican, but is an expert on militias, secret societies, conspiracy theories. I think they were saying specifically conspiracy theories. and dealing with all of that. And he's Republican, and they want to bring him on as a member, even though he's out of office. So that would then be 2 Republicans they have. But let's see. Republicans, January 6th Select Committee. Boy, it's a headache. Right now it's a headache. But they're starting next week. I believe they're interviewing people next week. Star, separating truth and fiction. I don't know why I keep getting that for the Star, but I'm getting separating. This is the fiction, pour it out. The lies, pour it out. We're going to pour the truth into the well that we're all drawing from. Nope, that's a lie. It's going over there. It's not welcome here. 3 of Wands, 6 of Swords, 5 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles. Basically, we know that there were Trump Republicans who were, they cast their stuff out and their venom out into the country, and they were waiting for January 6th to come on down. The bus is coming in, and legally, a lot of them tried to keep their noses clean, but not really. There's also running and hiding from the mob. This is the mob. There's the outline of a plan that, or an organization here that we see. But I think ultimately McCarthy's going to want whatever Republicans Pelosi will allow. He's going to want as many Republicans on there as he can, because right now he's not controlling the narrative at all. At all. And he can't. He's toast, and he knows everyone who was involved is toast if they've been trying to shut it down. And I don't know why they thought Nancy Pelosi. You came for Nancy. You came for Nancy's life. You thought she'd just forget? You think she's the snowflake? Funny, nobody calls Nancy Pelosi a liberal snowflake. What is it her own daughter said? She will cut your head off before you'll even know you're bleeding. Or whatever that quote was. Will there be more Republicans on the January 6th Select Committee? Temperance. And again, even taking what the Star had of taking the reality, carefully pouring it back and forth, examining it from the well of truth. Meanwhile, you have the far right exploding in the background, having their hissy fits, and they're just doing their work and ignoring that. 2 of Cups, 8 of Cups, 8 of Wands. Putting it together, getting it sorted out. We're not going to play ball, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so is this you just attacking them? I thought that 6 of Pentacles meant that McCarthy was going to say, fine, all right. High Priestess, secrets. They've got to keep their secret. We have to keep our secrets. I keep getting Republicans who had more involvement than they should have, basically coming to McCarthy and just panic, anger, panic. You have to do something. They're coming for me. I didn't do anything. No, not me. But it's all there. So I'm getting a mixed bag on if there are going to be more Republicans, but I'm not getting a mixed bag on people will be held accountable. And it's going to be an actual proper thing. It's going to be carefully, they're going to look at facts. Two of Swords, Empress, Three of Wands. Again, this is somebody being examined. So I'm not getting much energy on who the Republicans are going to be. I'm getting a ton of energy that this investigation is going to be done right. Ultimately, it will be done right. That's what I'm getting. So at 1:37. Okay. How is Fauci handling GOP going after him? Tara was specifically asking about Crawford going after him, but I don't know anything about the Crawford thing. I do know about the Fauci. I do know about the Rand Paul thing. My gosh, that's... Whew. Kathleen, I want to say Pelosi's an Aries. She has a lot of Aries energy, I know that. Chris, my heart has bled so many times for truth already. I'm afraid to hope for truth. Oh, Chris, it's not like that. We'll get there. We'll get there. Killbilly investigations is saying the investigation starts Monday the 26th. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wait. Yeah, Monday the 26th. No, Floating Lotus. You know, we can see you. Yeah. Plus is in Aries, I think so too. All right, Fauci. Anthony Fauci. Feisty. I like how he's standing up for himself. Killbilly, Capitol police officers are the first witnesses. Please tell me this is all going to be public. Fauci. How are you handling the attacks? Ignore them. Attack where necessary. They're idiots. Don Lemon. Did you see CNN? Don Lemon's commentary on that Fauci Rand run-in? You look like an idiot to Rand. All right, yeah. These far right, this communication of garbage, and we've got the sunlight. We've got the Queen of Wands. People politically married. They're basically a whole bunch of neo-fascists. Emperor, Page of Swords, pretending. For medical stuff, I get cups, but for the upper echelons of administrative things, what have you, I get swords. Fauci comes up as the King of Swords, always does. Well, this is a Page of Swords right next to the Emperor, pretending to be a Fauci. And these, using, and Trump's thing about using light to break down the virus, and just the sheer stupidity of it. And that's the thing. He's just like, it's just stupid. Holly and Francis saying, Fauci's from Brooklyn. Don't mess with Brooklyn, guys. Fauci. Empress. Fauci's goal is to protect the American people. That is actually his goal. I'm not saying the man doesn't have his ambitions or his own vanities like we all do, but his goal, number one goal, is to save lives. And he thinks that these morons are stealing lives and hurting people. And it just keeps coming. And they won't listen to sense. 10 of Swords. They're trying to bludgeon him for their own benefits. He's fine. He's fine. Seriously. Taylor, it's not going to be public on Fox and OAN. Yeah. Electra saying, I love that Fauci called him a liar to his face. It was amazing. Seems to be a good week for calling people liars in positions of power, liars to their faces. UK, the MP, Don Butler in the UK, and Dr. Fauci, and for you. Truth to power. All right, so got that. All right, let's see here. Dazzler Gems is asking, 142, who is responsible for Havana Syndrome? Who is responsible for Havana Syndrome? Oh, my skin's crawling. Imagine being the person who would, whatever that device is that's causing it, imagine being the person setting that up, aiming it at somebody, and turning it on, knowing the damage you're doing to them. Not somebody who's attacking you, not self-defense. What kind of person do you have to be? Queen of Pentacles. I'm keeping my mind open. I'm keeping an open mind here. Lovers. 3 of Cups. Temperance. 8 of Wands. 10 of Swords. Okay, at first I was thinking mercenaries, like maybe mercenaries, or maybe some just bad actors on their own who got hold of something like this. But no, I've got a Lover's card here. That means someone that's patriotism against those liberal. We're a Cancer nation, or 4th of July makes us Sun in Cancer. This is the 3 of Cups. Cups are water signs. And Cancer is the first water sign. Again, water sign. It's also medical, needing medical attention. It does a lot of damage. Things flying through the air, the waves, whatever that is they're doing. Does a huge amount of damage. There's patriotism there. That's all right. So it isn't a random person. This is someone who is a patriot in their own way. Someone who loves their own country. So which country is it? Could be Russia, could be China, could be Iran? I don't know. Could be, I don't know. Anybody, really. Anybody who doesn't like the U.S., and there are plenty of those. All right, 7 of Wands on the defensive. 3 of Wands. Ace of Wands. 5 of Pentacles. That damage is brutal. It's wand energy. What country is Wands? I'm going to need more clues as to what nation is behind this. Need more clues. What nation is behind this? Because that's authoritarian, and authoritarian doesn't narrow it down very much. Black Cat Blue Chair thinks Russia is Wands. Could be. Cat Shepherd Sterling, where he was named for Ayn Rand. He was. And it is Ayn, A-Y-N, Ayn Rand. She named herself after, her real name was Russian. She named herself, her first name after a Scandinavian author. Queen of Wands. Okay. So, clues. Yeah, something about microwaves. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. 10 of Swords. All right, massive human rights violations. Again, this is not narrowing it down. Hierophant. But they have a strong, it isn't chaotic. They have a strong, this is government sanctioned. Yeah, this feels more Russia than China. I mean, it's not like the Chinese don't have vicious authoritarianism. Of course they do. But this judgment, even though there are a bunch of people here, this is not, I would get this as like an overpopulation card, if that's what this is, but that isn't what that feels like. And it's still only like 6 people in the picture. And Russia worked with Trump. I think that's yeah. Okay. I'm voting on Russia. But it was state sanctioned. Patriotic. Wands. Someone who worked with Trump, wanted Trump to be successful, has the same authoritarian tendencies. 3 of Cups. Page of Wands. 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, this is working with Trump, and the Trump world is going down. All right, that's all I'm getting on that. I don't know when, but that's what I'm getting. Do ask other readers. It's usually the consensus among readers is usually what's closest to the truth. Okay, got that. What does the U.S. Holly L wanted to know, what does the U.S. look like 5 years from now? All right, 150. U.S. 5 years from now. So in 2026. Remember when 2026 seemed like it was just so far in the future. We'll have flying cars. Oh, Black Cat. Thank you. Are you new around here? If I just missed you before, Black Cat? Love the name. Crystal, oh, I'm so sorry you're dealing with grief. Oh, Black, I've been watching for years. Oh, I haven't seen you in the chat. Have I? Maybe I'm just dense. I don't remember seeing you in the chat anyway. Kikil is saying, consider it a 1 megawatt open microwave oven. Yeah. Crystal, I do hope you feel better. I hope things get easier for you. 151, let's say 15. My mother, there was a song years ago called In the Year 2525. My mother used to reference that about, Mom, when can we go to the mall, or when can we go get ice cream? In the year 2525. Oh, don't tap my kind of well, thank you for your help today. So, the U.S. in 2026. Will I have a good boyfriend? I'm not settling, though. I'm waiting. I am waiting for the right man. 2 of Cups. All right, the U.S. I think that we're going to be healing. The card for the reading is a card of partnership, and it's a card of health. It's also a card of Democrats being in power. Strength. Then I got 2 cards. This feels like climate change. This is big climate change problems. Flooding, bad winters. Man. Oh, thank you. I hope I find my soulmate. That would be great. As long as he's a good guy. King of Swords is in the middle. Knight of Pentacles. 4 of Cups. We'll still have a lot of the same, we'll still have political divisions to deal with, but this 1 Wands card is about the environment. This is Republicans refusing to work with Democrats. Imagine that. Or fighting them tooth and nail. Not unwilling to compromise, let's put it that way. Oh, Ian saying it was sung by Zager and Evans. Oh, cool. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Crystal. That makes me feel good. Not sure what this is. But thank you, Marby. Thank you. This is climate problems. Women will continue to make progress. Republicans will be Republicans, but they're not as extreme. Rule of law will have triumphed. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be like everybody stopped arguing and we all just came to... It's not going to be perfect. But rule of law will... This is good. This is not good. This is the environmental problems, but we'll work together. We'll work together. We'll help each other. And I'm not talking about across the aisle. I mean, like, I help you, you help me, I help my friend helps me. Yeah. So, all right. Interesting. Calmer energy than now. Oh, to dream. I've got that. All right, so Fox News. Fox and News. At 156. Fox News. Basically, the question was, will Fox News go down? Will Fox News go down? Where they're all vaccinated, you have to be vaccinated in order to work there, and yet we're going to tell you you don't have to be? Really? Polly wanted. There's a new dance called the Foxtrot. Two of Swords. Fair and unbalanced. Unfair and unbalanced. Untruthful and unbalanced. Insult to injury. Quit for the money. They exist to kick down Democrats' ideas, but they can't get all of them. So they just change the subject often. Queen of Wands, politically married to neo-fascist Trumpism. And Three of Pentacles. They may move closer. They may move away from this. In their heart of hearts, they'll stay with the neo-fascist Trumpism, but they'll move a little. They're planning on moving back more toward the center, just so they don't get sued as much. This doesn't say anything about them going down, though. They're having to make serious concessions to, I don't know, tell the truth. Chris, I was singing Windy yesterday. Oh, now I've got that stuck in my head. Everyone knows it's windy. I'm afraid I can't help with the 1969 stuff. It sounds like fun, but I didn't show up till 71. So Black Hat is saying they will be significantly diminished. 10 of Swords. Oof, Magician, Devil came up for me. I hope so. But I'm not getting them going down. So they'll still be around. They won't be held accountable the way I wish they would be for spreading all the disinformation, the lies. Yeah, they spread a lot of garbage. But they just spread it and move on to something else. Infuriating. Okay, so now we have a fun question at oh gosh, 2 hours. 2 hours even. Will space, the moon, and other planets become the place for proxy wars to keep the Earth safer? Proxy wars in space. And of course, I just finished watching the 5th season of The Expanse. I loved that show. I love sci-fi. I read sci-fi. I just started the series. I didn't realize the guy who wrote the author who wrote the series for the Expanse is based on. It's one name, but it's actually 2 guys. And the 9th and final book in the series is coming out soon. But so far, there's only plans for a 6th season. So it's like, oh, come on. You get to the 6th season and there are 9 books and you're doing a book per season. Come on, do the other seasons. Do the other 3. Pamela, don't tell the Chicago police. Your secret is safe with me. I was running up and down the Rush Street bar in 1969 having a ball. Good for you. I won't tell a soul. Google Piece. My friend always asks, when do we get our futuristic matching unitards? I know, right? Okay. Proxy wars in space. I will write sci-fi when I come up with an idea I think is good enough. That's the hardest thing for me. Coming up, I have various ideas and notes and things for all kinds of different types of books, but it's like, it has to reach a certain threshold. It has to be good enough. Okay. 6 of Pentacles. Proxy wars in space. Well, like in The Expanse, it's people who are out in the asteroid belt mining and what have you. They are going to be poorer. I mean, people running it will be rich, but it's going to be incredibly dangerous work out there. Ace of Swords. You have to physically adjust to be able to handle it over generations. Ace of Swords, 8 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, 5 of Wands. Actually, I'm not getting war here. I'm not getting proxy wars in space. Well, certainly not the kind of space I'm talking about, which is, I'm not talking about like satellites fighting each other or attacking each other. I'm talking about like living on the moon and living in, on Mars and beyond, moons of Jupiter. I'm getting it's going to be so hard to be out there. It's going to be so hard just to function. It's going to be like war. We're just trying to get through the day. It's going to be a lot harder to live out there than we think it is. So, thank you, Chris. All right. Fair enough. All right. Does Rat is just cooking some spicy chicken nuggets? Polywanda, so wars remain on Earth. Well, let me ask. Dave is saying asteroid mining. Oh yeah, Fast and Furious work. Yeah, asteroid mining is going to be dangerous. Do wars remain on Earth then? Yes, they're gonna take different forms though. 2 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, 10 of Wands. There are going to be other issues. There's going to be, I think there's going to be more of a world government. I honestly do. I'm not saying whether there should be or should not, but ultimately, and it won't be everybody, but I think there will be, to deal with the issues we have to deal with and the climate and trying to keep things in order and then things going off planet. It's just feels like a struggle. I'm getting struggle rather than fighting. And I'm not saying there won't be wars. I'm saying the struggle will be more survival. Not survival. We're going to survive. Maverick, we're going to overpopulate the planet. And then we're going to go out in space. But it's gonna be complicated, and they're going to have their own problems. There's going to be a much bigger issue with water. And out among the stars too. Yeah, we've been going for 2 hours. I'm almost done here. 2 of Wands, 6 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, traveling to the stars. I know that's not the star, it's the Earth, but traveling to other places to live in the solar system. Yeah, I'm not getting big wars. I'm getting struggle. And a lot of it's like, but for hundreds of thousands of years, we lived in clans and then would fight amongst the clans. And right now, it's not like I'm gathering my family together and we're going to go attack, the Burtons on Walnut Street and their families. Does that make sense? I got stuff to do. They've got stuff to do. So it's going to be like that we got other stuff to do. We're not a bunch of wars over religion. We got stuff to do. All right. That's going to do it for me for today. I've been on for 2 hours. And 2 hours and 7 minutes. So in just under 2 hours, I'll be over on Book Art Media for the daily creative writing sprints. Today I'm going to be working on my mystery novel, surprise, which I'm planning on bringing out December 4th. So, and I've also been working on merch. So December 4th, I'm hopefully having a whole bunch of stuff come out. And that may seem like, gosh, that's like 4 months from now. Ooh, doesn't matter. It's actually 134 days. I actually pulled up, I created a timer. I went to time and date. Here we go. Because I'm actually hitting publish on the book and whatnot at 10:55 on December 3rd because of the astrology. But it'll take a little time for it to populate through Amazon and whatnot. So go here, turn that off, share this. This is what I have up on my computer when I'm not specifically working on something, just so I can see it. Chrome tab. There we go. This. It's silly, but that's how much time I've got until the book comes out, and I've got a lot to do. So, all right, you guys hang in there. I'll be over at Book Art Media at